Okay, now I just want to give kind of a class overview of what to expect this summer. So here we are on the home page of IT Dev 117, and as you can see, there's a number of different tabs on the side that you can hit. Just to let you know, if you don't see those tabs on the side, there should be a little arrow. Just hit that and they should come out. So here's our home page. Kind of gives you an overview of everything that's going on. Announcements, anytime I have an announcement to make, this is where I'll put it. Most of the time I'll also send you an email for the announcement. Faculty information. This one includes my email address right up here if you want to write to me. And just gives you a little background about myself. Syllabus, which I've talked about already. And online learning module. This is where the modules are going to be when I put them up. You just hit that and you can click on any one of them. Say, for example, here's chapter 6. You can tap, read this first, so on and so forth. Assignments. And you should be able to see the first two assignments. Assignment 1 is just an introduction where I want you to post on the discussion board something about yourself. What are your hobbies? What do you like? Well, how'd you get into IT? Things like that. Just a little, do you work? Where do you work? That type of thing. So that's the first one. It's worth 5 points. The other one is the syllabus confirmation. Again, on the other video, I showed you how to do the syllabus confirmation. That's also worth 5 points. And then the second assignment, because we do 2 chapters a day, is binary numbers. And in this one, we're going to convert from binary to decimal, octal to binary, hex, so on and so forth. And if you notice, each one's worth 6 points. And then I want to add binary numbers. That's 20 points for possible 44 points for all this. And then 10 points to convert your name. And we'll talk about how to do that when we get to that chapter. So that's assignments. Course documents is another way to get to the courses. And here's all the course documents. One of the things you'll find at the bottom is homework solutions. So anytime you have homework, after it's due, like I said, it's due this Saturday. I give it to you on a Sunday. The next Saturday, the homework is due. You can turn it in earlier if you wish. But any of the solutions I'll put down here. So you can always look down here to see some of the solutions for the answers that I was looking for. And that's under course documents. Discussion board. This is the first one. The welcome form is where you put information about yourself, like your student status, what program you're in, do you work or not, how about family, what do you like to do in your spare time, how would you get into IT, anything you want to tell about yourself. I want people to get to know, even though we're online, kind of get to know each other. Hopefully, if not the fall, then in the spring semester of 2021, you'll be in class together and you might get to know each other this way. Messages. This is if you want to send me a message, I can also write back to you that way. And that's about it that I want to show here. So that kind of shows you the whole thing of what's on Blackboard. Now, let's go to course documents. And for each chapter, I'm going to open 2 chapters at a time. So for the first one, it'll be chapter 1, an overview of computer programming, and then the class binary presentation. Those are the 2 things we're going to do in the first week. If you look under the chapter, the first thing you're going to get is a read first. And this kind of just tells you everything you got to do for this chapter. So read chapter 1, and I do highly suggest read the chapters in the book. Since this is online, you don't have a face-to-face. I don't give a lecture for the most part. Read the chapters in the book. First one's just an overview of computer programming, how it works. I also put in some slides and notes that I usually give if I was doing a face-to-face. You can look over those, kind of give a summary of what the chapter's about. Watch all the videos that are made. In this one, of course, the syllabus overview, and here's the chapter 1 slides, just to show you kind of what they look like. Takes a while for them to come. Here they are. And so you can go through the slides. And this is kind of a summary of what's in the book. Now also I put here the notes I would usually give for each slide. So if you look here, now look at slides 5, which is understanding computer components and operations. What's processing? It takes data into memory and performs operations on it, making it suitable for output. And what this is basically saying is when we have a computer, we have input, processing, output. Input is something that goes into the computer, whether I type it in, whether I read it in from a file. I might scan it in, however I might put it in. And this includes text, numbers, other raw material. Then when I process it, I take that and I perform some task on it. I put it through an algorithm. I do some type of calculation. And that's done by the central processing unit. And then I have output. I send it either to a printer or to a display, or I put it back into a file. Something to that effect. But anyway, these slides would say what I'm going to talk about when I show each slide. Again, you may find it useful when you're looking over the slides. Here's some more videos. And then at the very end is a chapter review. And what this basically is, it's worth 10 points as part of your assignment grade. You hit continue. And it's just going to ask questions like the two major components of a computer system are its, and just to let you know, this one's hardware and software. And you, once you get it, you just say saved. And there are 10 questions, each worth a point. So this is worth 10 points. And this is for you to review. How did I do in understanding what the topic is? This one, the major computer operations include, and I'll put a wrong one here. And once you say save and submit, when you're all done, and then say OK. See, this one has a check. It says, OK, you got it right. And the two major components, I said sequence and looping, which was wrong. And here's the response. Review the section under computer components and operations on page 2 in the book. That's where this topic is. So you can see what the correct answer is. You can take this as many times as you want. And what I would say is, if you didn't do well the first time through it, take it again. Try to get a 10. It's 10 extra points in your assignments, which again helps your grade because half your grade is from assignments. So when we get out of here, and so each chapter will have a chapter review. So again, here's a list of what you're supposed to do. And so we did it already. Watch the videos, complete the chapter review, take it as many times as you need. Strive to get at least 80% on it, 8 of them right. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to get 10 of them right. And I'll take your last attempt. So on the Sunday after, so this will be June 7th, on June 14th, I'm going to look at grades you got, and I'm going to put that in as what you got for this assignment. There'll be one for each chapter we complete, and it's used for points of assignment. And then do assignment 1. This one is an introduction to the Blackboard, as well as a syllabus confirmation. Have all these done by the 13th, which means that sometime on the 13th, turn it in. You can turn it in before. As usually as I see them, I will grade them. And so if we have them in on the 13th, on Sunday the 14th, I'll go over them and make sure everybody has them. Once you're done with the assignment or the date has passed, the 13th has passed, I will shut off connections to the assignment. So I do not accept late assignments. You need to keep up. It's a little faster in the summer. So what you don't want to do is get behind because it just steamrolls and you get farther and farther behind. Also, let me get out here. You can, for the most part, when we have an assignment, you can, let's see, let's just go to application. Let's do, applications and data. You can go and hit the assignment. And right here, browse my computer, I can attach papers or anything I did to Blackboard and submit them that way. And I'd like you to submit them through Blackboard so I can see them, give you comments through Blackboard. It makes it much easier than give me a Google Doc or anything like that, or address to a Google Doc. Just attach it right here. Browse my computer. I can attach whatever I want and then say submit. And that way I can give you feedback on what you've done. Again, any questions or comments, either put them in the discussion board or message me or email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.